We've looked at a grand total of 4 wooden boats over the last 2 years here at BoatFools Sailing. This will be the 5th, and I have to say, I think she's my favorite. Come take a look. Welcome back, BoatFools Nation. I'm flying solo today, but thanks for joining me. Canadian Ken threw out his back, monkeying around with his outboard engine for his Boston Whaler, so he's done for a week or so. But I am down here in South Bristol, Maine to show you the most exquisite 29-foot sloop. She is wood. She's a Sam Crocker-designed. She was built in 1981 by Dick Bartlett down in Massachusetts for his own personal use and bought by the current owner 15 years ago. Sadly, she's for sale and she has to go. Her list price, $17,500. And I have to say, of all the wooden boats we've seen, this one is turnkey and ready to go. Now, for those of you who don't know, Sam Crocker is a well-known, or the late Sam Crocker is a well-known yacht designer, naval architect, who's probably best known for the Stone Horse and the New Bedford 29 and New Bedford 35. But he also did a stint with John Alden in the 1920s, around 1924, I think. Anyway, a beautifully designed boat. We think it's loosely based on the New Bedford 29. Though that was a fractional sloop, this is a full masthead sloop. I'm really excited to show you. Come take a look. All right, folks, nice little breeze out here. So let's start up on deck because it's very hot today. Okay, so I want to talk about the construction methods. She is pine on oak framing with black locust accents around the boat, and she's copper riveted. So this boat is built to last, and it's beautiful. So let's take a look. So you got a nice big cockpit here, and that big green port there, I'll show you that in a minute, but that's access to the back of your engine. But things of note, nice big bridge deck, very nice. Nice big companionway, fantastic. Nice primary winches here on starboard and port, which are self-tailing. And then you've got what's called the Admiral's panel here, which is your engine control panel. Now it's called the Admiral's panel, excuse me, because it is analog and not digital. You don't have red lights flashing, you can just watch the needles, and I prefer that. Now, 2 big scuppers there, which is great. And then working aft, you got a beautiful tiller. I really love this setup, and it's set up so you can actually brace yourself against the far side for when you're heeling over, which is great. Here's your main sheet, and there's your traveler system across the transom, of course your ensign, and 2 lazarettes here. These both have little solar panels on them to trickle charge your batteries, and this is just storage in the starboard one. Port is your actual LP gas locker. And that has its own drain, so it's all compliant. And it is a composite tank, so that's not going to rust and corrode, which is very, very nice. Now, in your port locker, cavernous, very nice. And that blue bag there is a bladder for the head, which we'll show you when we go up to take a look at it. But that's fresh water. That is a nice system. Got a couple of fire extinguishers there, which is great. Diesel fill on the cockpit floor here, which is nice. And this is a water fill. And then this looks like a classic bottle opener there. Nice. And this is a pump and your engine controls and your gusher pump. Now, in your starboard locker, you have got this green tank here, which is your freshwater tank. And I believe that's about 30 gallons. And nice deep storage here if you need it. Some pegs to hang lines on. Very nice. Love it. Here's your water fill for that tank. Really great. And your primary winches again. Now, your lifelines have been replaced with stainless. Those were done since the owner took possession within the last 15 years. The standing rigging came with the boat that is also stainless, but that should be checked. Sitka spruce spar, it's wood, it's beautiful. Really, really pretty. Nice wooden spreaders and lazy jacks, nice sail cover. The sail is only several years old and apparently still crisp. It gets light seasonal usage. Really, really love it. And what a lot to like about this, right? All right, so let's take a look at behind this thing. This is bronze and it's very heavy. And carefully put that down. And then this, turn that, and this accesses the rear of your engine, your muffler, your raw water filter, and your starting battery. Nice and convenient. Love it. That's really cool. The bronze is probably worth its weight in gold. It's very heavy, very loud. I apologize for that. But what a neat setup. It's like a manhole cover. Really cool. All right, let's go up on deck. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am really loving this boat. So let's walk up to the bow. The first thing I want to show you are these beautiful curved combing boards. And hopefully that comes out on film, but it's really a nice look. Very attractive. Now you've got another self-tailing winch here for your halyards. You've got a couple of clutches and brakes. Now this boat has been set up for single-handed sailing, so all the lines are led aft. You got a nice little whisker pole here, and look at the quality and condition of the varnish and brightwork. It is just so well done. Now, a thing of note: nice handrails. These are great. Beautiful eyebrow. These ports do not open, but they're bronze and really nice looking. Really, really great. Now, the chain plates are external on the hull, so they're easy to service and see and keep an eye on, which is great. But what's even better than that is because they're external on the hull, it opens up your side decks here, which are very wide. You can walk right up here without ducking, bobbing, or swaying. It's really a nice setup. Beautiful little bowsprit and pulpit area here, roller furling jib. Now you've got dual rollers here. You've got I think a 20 or 25 pound CQR on port. Comes back to stainless steel chain, which attaches to rode about 10 or 15 feet in. But what a beautiful setup. Nice chocks here, bronze, and green umbrella on that jib. It's a working jib, which is great for solo sailing. All the running rigging looks nice and updated. And here you have your heavy weather anchor if you need it. That's 42 pounds. That's a classic oldie. It has its own little cradle here. You've got two forward facing ports. Those look like they open. We'll see when we go below. Forward hatch, and that's glass with bars across it to protect it. And a thing of note, these stanchions are actually pretty high. So this is a nice secure feel to it. Again, those stainless steel lifelines, really nice. Now you've got two dorades, port and starboard, with cowl vents for airflow, which is great. Here is your mast step. It is deck step mast. That is something. Looks like there's a Charlie Noble here, which is not currently on. Another look at your blocks here. Those are wooden with, looks like metal cheeks on those. Really cool. So stinking cool. All that black locust, really nice. Coming back, here's another look at that curved combing board. Stunning. Stunning. All right, let's walk aft and then turn around and look forward. Here's South Bristol for you. I think we're in the gut. I think that's what they call it. Cool place. Some beautiful boats around here too. All right, there's looking up at your spar and your Windex, Sitka spruce, and external track. Perfect. All right, what do you say? Should we go below and check it out? All right, everybody, I'm down below on the Crocker 29, and this is really adorable. Let's get the obvious out of the way first. The headroom is not great. I would say it's 5 feet plus or minus, so it's not a boat you're gonna stand up down below in for long periods of time because you're gonna be hunched over. It's great for sitting down, getting out of the weather, eating, getting warm, and it is spotless down here. For a wooden boat of this vintage of 1981, it is really, really cherry. So this boat did a stint at Artisan Boatworks up in Rockport, Maine, and they stripped down the keel to bare wood. In fact, the whole boat was stripped down to bare wood, and they said it was pristine. And the owner, current owner, repainted her, and she is really, really beautiful and really tight. As one of the boat workers at Bittersweet Boatyard said, she's as tight as a bug's butt. So she doesn't take on a lot of water when she's first put in the water for the season, and she's in the water now and dry as a bone. Really slick. So this boat is really ideal for a solo sailor, a young couple, for coastal cruising, day sailing, weekending, maybe a small family for day sailing. But it's not big down here, but there are a lot of great features. So check it out. All right, so when you come down the companionway, immediately to port, you've got a nice full-length settee here which is clearly more than 6 feet long, which is nice. Storage behind. Nice wood ceilings there, obviously. Looks like a fan back there. Got some storage. And behind the companionway, you've got your control panels for your switches. You've got a nice newer VHF with AIS capabilities. And you've got your Garmin chart plotter here, which is on a track, which slides out so you can see it from the helm, which is nice, from the tiller. And then on starboard, you've got your starboard settee, again, over 6 feet long, and storage behind, and a couple of fans back there. You've got a Fusion stereo with Sirius radio capability. So that's a subscription-based thing, which you would have to take on as the new owner. These instruments do not go with the boat. You can see your bronze seacock there. That is your sink drain there, and I'll show you that in a second. But look at this, guys. An ice box with refrigeration. Isn't that slick? That is amazing. Beautiful. So you've got that. That's a nice upgrade that the current owner did. It's hand pressure pump only. There's no, it's not a pressurized system, so it's hand pump into your nice big stainless sink, which drains out through that seacock, which I show you. You push this button and it evacuates the water, which is great. Nice little cutting board fits right on here. And then coming over to port, you have a newer LP cooktop stove, which is perfect. Nice shield, heat shield behind it. That's beautiful. And then you've got the Tiny Tot wood stove here. Great for those colder nights or the shoulder season when you're doing some sailing. Really, really slick. That's vented out through a Charlie Noble on deck. Storage underneath. And nice painted wooden sole down here. Really feels clean and nice down here. Love it. Let's go check out the V-Berth and Head. All right, folks, let's go up into the V-Berth. First and foremost, compression post. This is a deck step mast, as we noted up top. This looks very sturdy. I love it. Now, coming up into the V-Berth, you can see there's a cutout here, and there's a filler piece and a board that goes in here, so this becomes a double. So room for two up here if you needed to. And you've got these two really great little opening ports here facing forward for ventilation, plus the main hatch, which is right there. I don't know if you can see that, but we saw it from up top. But anyway, really nice up here. And the neat feature is here is the head. Now, what's special about this is it's fresh water. We saw the bladder in the port locker. It holds about 20 to 30 gallons of fresh water. So when you flush the head, it's using fresh water, not salt water, which means it's really going to cut down on odors. Instead of having standing, festering salt water, it's fresh water. A really nice feature for a small boat. I love it. It also has a Y valve for overboard discharge if needed when you're offshore, or you can pump out on deck. Now, this little latch, open this. When you're done using the head, drop this down. Sorry for the bang. Put your filler piece back in, and that berth is back together. Lickety split. Really slick. And of course, you've got your modesty curtain here. So if you're using the head, you can close that up and have all the privacy you want. I love it. All right, let's go find the engine. All right, so I just want it noted that it's about 95 degrees out. I imagine this is what the Serengeti is like, minus the ocean and trees, but it's really hot. Not a lot of breeze today, so bear with me. And if I pass out, call 911. All right, so here we go. So to access the engine, this is really simple. Companionway steps come out of the way, set them aside, and then the top comes off this just like that. Now, these panels also come off, but we're not going to do that today. But what I want to show you is really something fantastic. And that is a 2010 Westerbeke 18 horsepower engine with 516 hours on it. This thing looks brand new. It runs like a top. It is in beautiful shape. Now, like I said, these panels come off for more access, plus that port in the cabin, in the cockpit floor that you can access the transmission. This thing is mint. I can't believe it. 516 hours, ladies and gentlemen. It was put in just before the current owner bought it. So he's had it its entire life and has had no issues. Runs like a dream. All right, so there you have it. Let's wrap it up. All right, folks, what a cool boat. I have to say, this might be my most favorite boat of 2025 so far. I can't get the smile off my face. This boat is just so charming. It has smitten me. It is wood, yes, but wood or no, I would take this boat in a hot second. She is a beauty. She is a stunner, and you're going to turn heads wherever you go. And she's got all the modern convenience. And you've got refrigeration. You've got freshwater flushing system for your head. You've got an LP cooktop. You've got a Tiny Tot wood stove. You've got a Westerbeke with less than 600 hours on it. You've got a Garmin GPS. You're good to go. You've got auto helm. It's a tiller helm. Plus, she is full keel, and because she's in the water, we haven't been able to show you that, but I'll put it up on the screen. Full keel with a keel hung rudder with your prop and an aperture, and it's a feathering prop to boot. This boat will regularly do over 6 knots, and she's easy to sail, set up for single-handed sailing. I love it. Now, 29 feet overall, 22.5 feet on the water, 8.5 foot beam. She's about 9,500 pounds displacement, and just is going to charm the socks off you. She is a stunner, and she's going to go and be a lot of fun. So the seller's contact information is going to be in the description below. We really appreciate your support. Please don't forget to click like, please subscribe, please share, please subscribe to the BoatFools Report newsletter. And if you can pay, it helps support our programming in the future, and we have some really cool boats coming up. So I'm sorry Canadian Ken missed this one. He's going to be bummed because this is a charmer. And that Sam Crocker-designed, love it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.